And we are live. Let me make sure the mic is working. It is. It is Sunday, January 9th. The time is just after 8 p.m. and outside it's a rather chilly -3 degrees Celsius, although -4 according to my mysterious weather widget, where I don't know where I sourced the weather from. But I hope you're all having a good Sunday and a great first day to start the week. Yes, friendly PSA, Sunday is the first day of the week. Let me turn that off, and we're going to get moving on the alcohol already. So I'll be drinking a Black Oak Brewing Company Nut Brown Ale. This is in no way, shape, or form sponsored by Nut Brown Ale. It's a 5% alcohol, 473 milliliter can. Let me take a look at the chat. Tara Evans is here. Ali BHG, SR Gotts, Fans, Buses, Gaming, Alex, Yogi, Brett, Colette is here. Marie Palmer. I saw Brad Palmer. Yahia, SR Gotts, Chris Mills, Kathleen, Ola. Welcome to another Sunday Night Stumble stream. Had a kind of productive day after a very, very busy and productive Friday. I decided to just completely do almost nothing on Saturday. And then today I went out and I recorded 3 videos. Well, 2 that you're going to find out about. One of them might be a members video, might be for a special project, but fairly busy today. I ended up eating outside in the stupid cold because obviously I can't eat inside. I just needed a recharge. I needed some lunch. I recorded a couple of videos and I wanted to do one more. So I got that done. And just before the stream, I edited that and uploaded it. And to everyone that popped into this morning's premiere, I apologize. I have no idea what happened with that, why the spinning circle of death kept showing up on a YouTube premiere. The way it works is you encode the video on your end, and then when you upload it to YouTube, YouTube re-encodes it in their own codec. So they compress the hell out of it, pardon my French, and then they deliver that. Because obviously if you send them a giant file, they're not going to want to send that file out to everyone else because it makes more sense to make it as efficient as possible. So it had nothing to do with what I sent them. I sent them the same file I always send them. And the fact that it wasn't just isolated to a few people, but it was happening on everyone's computer. And then I followed up with YouTube and I was like, were there any problems with the premieres? And they said, no system issues. So I asked them to look into the case. So hopefully someone's going to get back to me. I just don't want that to happen again because it's kind of embarrassing to have, well over 100 people sitting there trying to watch a video together and hang out. And it takes like 50 minutes for a 30-minute video to play just because it's constantly hiccuping. So good job, YouTube. Thanks. But no thanks. But hopefully tomorrow won't be a repeat of the same. So again, I apologize for that. Let me take that weather off. And I just saw in the chat the news about Bob Saget. That is terrible news. I grew up watching Bob Saget. So I saw Susan, I think, just wrote that in the chat. So rest in peace, Bob. I particularly liked that on Full House. He was this like proper, totally PC, super dad, friendliest guy, wouldn't hurt a fly kind of character, yet his stand-up comedy was just kind of raunchy. He was not, the Bob Saget I grew up watching wasn't at all reflective of who Bob Saget really was. So I thought that's kind of a testament to his acting because he was a genuinely hilarious dude who did not care if he offended anyone, like most comics. So rest in peace, Bob. Sucks, but hey, I just found out about that. Sanjay in Kingston, $1.49. Thank you very much, Sanjay in Kingston. And we are at 90 viewers already. So thank you to all 90 viewers for holding or tuning in tonight. I did do one of these streams on the Strides channel on Friday, and that was fairly successful. I might make that a regular thing where I film new footage, especially while it's so cold out. And Ken was out freezing his buns off streaming, and I was recording videos, but then I went home and I was like, in this nice, warm environment, kind of hanging out with everyone, watching new footage that I went out and filmed in the freezing weather. So maybe I don't want to take away from the Strides streams, but that might become a regular thing as well. I can utilize this setup a little better. One thing, I did post an update. I built whoops, a computer with some leftover parts on a live stream on this channel last week. And it didn't go so well because I ordered the wrong motherboard. Well, I updated that. I ordered a new motherboard, and that new computer I built is now running the 24/7 live stream. I disconnected the computer I bought for that. It's also mining Bitcoin. Don't tell my landlord. Well, or tell them. I don't care. So I've got it pulling double duty. It's not going to be in my apartment too much longer. But in case you don't believe me, let me see if I can give you guys a view of that. Okay, let's see. Is this going to work? Okay, there's my living room. There's what I'm looking at. But there's my normal PC. And there's the new guy. Yoink. Yeah, the front window case kind of fogged up a little bit. I think it's from my humidifier, so I'm going to have to wipe that down, but I've got the RGB working. Looks pretty gamery, even though it's not a super gaming machine. This computer actually has a bunch of lights in it and stuff, but I turned it off because when I sleep, I don't like to be bothered by that sort of thing. But there we go. I did get it running, and it is so much more powerful than my other 24/7 machine. It is almost never dropping any frames. It's pretty beastly. So once I get upgraded internet, what I'm thinking of doing is turning that 24/7 stream into a 4K stream. And I'd still have the idea to do 2 streams, and it can handle streaming 4K twice. I just need fiber internet. I can't do that on my internet. Well, I can, but I wouldn't have much upload left over. So there we go. I got it built, and you can see the laptop that I was using, a really, really old Intel i5 mobile laptop or mobile processor in the background. Ali BHD likes the orange circle. Yeah, that's the heatsink. But back to reality, let's get some RGB going on the keyboard too. We'll just make this a RGB fest. I'm gonna turn. No, Charlie is not over there. If you haven't seen my apartment in a while, it is relatively clean. Since I've got stuff back on the balcony, we'll turn that off. Ali BHG says we miss Charlie. Maybe there'll be a Charlie video coming up next week. Maybe. I will probably be seeing Charlie. SR Got's goal in 2022 is to have a cool setup like that. You need it for podcast work. Awesome. I'll give you one tip that I learned the hard way. If you're not going to sound treat your room, get a dynamic microphone. If you get a condenser microphone, it's just going to pick up, like it'll pick up your neighbor going to the bathroom. Get a dynamic microphone, and then you don't have to worry about that stuff nearly as much. And you'll also probably sound better because they tend to be better quality. But anyways, there we go. What's new with you guys? Just checking in. Terratopia's here. Terratopia, I saw you have a new vlog, don't you, Terratopia? And you've got 37 subscribers so far. So Terratopia has been a longtime viewer of this channel. And you usually say better half when you refer to the female. So I'll say Teratopia is the better half of her partnership with Ryan Rides, who also has a channel. And thanks for adding me to your front screen, Teratopia. So I saw this vlog. I did not yet see this vlog. I had played it in the background while I was doing some work on my smart TV. But Tara, congrats on getting yourself in to the YouTube game. Good luck on your channel. You've been very, very supportive of my channel. So as always, whenever I show a new channel, don't just go there and subscribe to help them. If you're going to subscribe, watch the videos. Subscribing without watching the videos hurts people. It doesn't help people. So if you want to check out some of Tara's vlogs, go over there, hit subscribe, and watch them. Otherwise, if you don't watch them, it actually sends YouTube the wrong message. So we don't want to hurt people. But Tara, congrats. Good stuff, and I look forward to seeing more. So sorry to feature you so early on my page, but I noticed it coming up in my YouTube feed, and I think I saw you mention that on Instagram at some point. And yeah, there we go. And what has Ryan been up to lately? He did a Rolling with Ian tribute. That's a very nice thing to do. Unfortunately, we lost Ian not too long ago. And he did 10 days ago. Yeah, it's kind of cold to be out on two wheels booting around the city, but I'm hoping I can finally get the e-bike fixed tomorrow. I'm thinking I'm just going to take it downtown, take it to the bike shop, leave it there, but bring my camera and my recorder so I can go out and record a walking video. Then hopefully the bike is fixed, and then I can just bring it home. I'm not even going to ride it. I'm just going to walk it down to the subway. And yeah, the scooter, I still don't know if the battery's messed up. Like, I've been a combination of insanely busy and insanely lazy to the point where when it is time to do something like that, I just find something better to do. Like, heck, I have a clean closet and a clean kitchen and a clean bathroom. That tells you how much I want to get out and ride around on my scooter right now. That I do all that other stuff first. Ryan is hurt right now. Oh, well, I wish him a speedy recovery, but there we go. Teratopia and Ryan. And Bevy kept asking, what is Bitcoin mining? Sorry, I saw that, but I was mid-speech talking about something else. That is just making cryptocurrency out of thin air while you're mining it. That's probably not really Bitcoin. It's more Ethereum and some of the other GPU-driven cryptos that you mine. One of them CPU-driven that you mine through a program called NiceHash, but you really... one of my computers is pretty good, but the other one is the one I'm using is underpowered. I'm making like $3.50 a day for drinking, probably more than that in electricity I'm not paying for. So I'm destroying the environment to make $3 a day, but also giving the one finger salute to my landlord in the process. So that feels good. And this is only temporary for a few more days till I move the computer to another spot. So it is what it is. It's fun to run that in the background. Anyways, I see Action Cole is here. Action Cole, how is your channel doing? I get a lot of requests to go out and walk around Mississauga, but it's kind of far. I don't have a car. I went out and I did Square One. So if you're curious, in Mississauga, it's what, the 6th or 7th biggest city in Toronto. But here's a lot of walks around our neighbors to the west in Mississauga on Action Cole's channel. So you haven't posted in 2 weeks. Come on, Action Cole, get with it. Just kidding. But also head over here and check that out. So there's more and more walking going on around the GTA. Devin says the Johnny Effect Teratopia just went from 27 to 38. I'm just reading some of your messages. Emily says, I'm going to be getting my Wheeling Toronto channel up and running. I didn't do it before because Ian did an amazing job in the next few weeks. Emily, let me know once that's up and running. I'd love to give you subscribe and watch your videos, and of course share it with everyone here on the Sunday Night Stumbles. This is just a way better forum to do that than Strides, just because I can pull up the channel and show people what I'm talking about. So this is more of a anything goes kind of channel. So I'll be happy to share that once it's up. If you don't want to share it, let me know and I won't share it. Tara, sorry, you had no choice. It's out there. But yeah, let me know, Emily. I think that's a really neat vantage point, and highlighting things like the accessibility challenges that a lot of us take for granted. Like there was some asshole, pardon my French, who went around and disabled 9 elevators in the TTC the other week. Overnight, he just went in a vandalism spree. Like, pardon my French, but fuck that guy. He should be in jail for years for doing that type of thing. Imagine losing your access to a subway station because some idiot decided to break the elevator on purpose. Like that boils my blood almost as much as any other crime. Like, just because you're putting people in an impossible situation. What if you live a block? Anyways, there's a million scenarios where we could get into where you would be pissed off just thinking about it. But F that guy. We have enough problems keeping the elevators and escalators and all the accessibility items that we have in good operational order, as well as building new ones. To go around breaking the existing ones, like F you, man. I hope I don't ever run into you. But yeah, that was sadly a thing. But Emily, please highlight the city from your perspective. I'm sure you're going to do an amazing job, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. All right, so there's Action Cole from Mississauga, and of course, oh, Emily says it was 11 elevators, 10 stations. He was back out on streets a day later, then attacked a subway collector. Yeah, there's no words for that. Obviously, this is someone who needs help, and they're not getting the help, and they need to be removed from society, if you ask me, until they get the help they need. Like, there's definitely something wrong with that person. We'll just leave it at that. And we've got dueling streams. Whenever I run this stream dies. It's down to 4 people.
Through my online.
I'm thinking tomorrow, I've got a full day to myself. I'm thinking I'm going to go live stream on Strides. I'm thinking I'm going to make a video on Strides. I might even go out to Scarborough or Etobicoke. I might go to one of those places and do a lot of recording. I'm also going to arrange a new playlist. I'm thinking I might ultimately just build one mega playlist that is like all of my videos. I might just buy like a couple of 8 terabyte drives and throw all my videos on there. And I'm going to put the 4K versions on it just so I have the option of upgrading my stream. But what should be next? I have some ideas. Rain walks. Transit vids. What else? What else are there? I'm thinking there's rain walks. There's transit vids. Summer videos. Does anyone have any other items I could put on there? Randy C says Rexdale. Rexdale's coming, just not that soon. Terratopia, that is terrible. Lisa says no themes, just videos. Well, I'm going to need a theme just to build a quick one. And then I'm probably going to expand it out and just do like, this is 2020, this is 2021. That type of thing. Okay, I put up 3. I'm leaning towards rainwalks just because it's going to be easy for me to search those together and put them up. And then after that, I'll probably mall walks. Ooh, Mark, night walks. Mark, I'm going to end this poll right now. Mark, coming through. Ooh, Mark, you found a good one. What did I have? Why can't I type? Okay, so a new poll has been launched. Sorry for those who jumped on the other poll, but I killed that right away. Road tours, Ottawa, Montreal. I don't have those, TM. I don't have those. Emily says night buses. There's one. Just like the night walks show back in the day. Yeah, we should get some fake Kenny G to play while that goes on. Food videos. Action Kid actually recently did one where the best sushi I've ever had in New York City. It looked really good, and it doesn't look like a really high-end restaurant, but it was a pretty expensive bill he had. Hey, he's got a 24/7 broadcast going on too. Speak of the devil, here are some night walks on Action Kid Extra. So he's got a 24/7 stream rocking on that channel. Everybody's getting in. Well, he actually kind of started this, but a lot more people have been getting into that. Beer tasting. I don't have. What do you want me to take? Just a bunch of clips of me drinking beer on the Sunday Night Stumbles? Maybe I'll do a Sunday Night Stumbles. No, that might be weird. There'd be a lot of just watching us play Jackbox games. Terratopia. I actually talked about that at the start of the stream, and I learned about that by reading the stream chat just before we started. And now with the YouTubes out of the way, I'm going to move on, and we're just going to see what's going on in the city of Toronto. I've kind of had my head in the sand, whether or news-wise, I didn't know about Bob Saget. I didn't know really about anything. How about hood walks? Well, to me, the word hood is just short form for neighborhood. I don't have a negative connotation with it. So... And I don't think Toronto really has enough rough areas to like make a viable playlist out of. So, nah. Toronto to decriminalize heroin possession as major cities in Canada and US follow more radical plan than London. I have mixed feelings about that. We have an opioid crisis, right? Did you know in British Columbia, their average life expectancy decreased, along with a number of states in the U.S. because of the opioid crisis. So is this, I don't know. I don't know if it's the right thing or not, but it's a pretty alarming stat when everywhere in the world, we're living longer and longer. And in a country like Canada, you have a place that rolls back on their average life expectancy because of opioids. I don't know. I'm not really qualified to talk about it, but I'd like to know the whole story there. Suspect sought after woman stabbed in unprovoked attack on TTC bus. What? Security camera images of a man wanted in connection with a stabbing on a TTC bus. Fortunately, I actually read this earlier on my phone when I was heading down. Fortunately, she was not seriously injured, but this guy is a massive douche. Well, I mean, he was a douche before he did any stabbing for obvious reasons. But yeah, if you know this guy, turn him the F in. Learn how Squarespace can help you succeed at selling online. Decriminalizing not good but safe injection sites. There's an idea. I don't know. I think San Francisco went like too far in that direction, and now they're... I don't know. Let's not go there. Police ID man 20 shot dead on street in downtown Toronto. 20 years old. And CP24 gives out the names of the witnesses. Maybe we can make this bigger so people on mobile can read. That guy was shot. Olivier Dundas, 20, is seen in a handout image from Toronto police. I don't know the story behind this, but rest in peace. That is absolutely sad. Come on, let's get some positive news on here. Let's get some positive news. Ryan Reynolds' ugly sweater campaign helps raise $640,000 for sick kids in 2021. Is it just me, or is Ryan Reynolds like the perfect human being? He can do no wrong, and everything he's in is super enjoyable. He's still the second best Ryan in Hollywood from Canada, obviously, but he's still an amazing Ryan. Nathan Phillips Square Rink. That's pretty cool. I'm sure Lisa and some of the photographers out there can appreciate this a little better, but that looks pretty cool. Lisa, I was going with the more he looked kind of nerdy, but I see your point. Oh my God, Canada's getting scarier and scarier. Our violent crime rates are still a fraction of American cities. He's a great human, shit actor, no range whatsoever. Same dude, different movies, but they're all great. I love all the movies. I don't care if that's like Chris Farley, right? Hilarious dude, horrible actor who can't play anything but the same guy. But I will still watch him play that same guy in everything. So there's that.
My friend. Here is a 20 to get 2022 started off right.
A Medic's Mind. Hey, my friend, here's a 20 to get 2022 started off right. Is the new book on Amazon or your local? I know. I'm going to search by your name here, Matthew. I didn't want to spell it wrong. There we go. Love, Loss, and All Things in Between. I have not yet read this one. I did read your other book, but congrats on getting out there. And you were obviously loved enough to get a second book. That is awesome. And I'm looking forward to reading this. The first one was a hell of a roller coaster. And I compared it to the movie The Joker, and that it was amazing, but I'm not sure I want to go through it again. But yeah, awesome stuff. So thanks for dropping in, and thanks for the super chat. And where can I hear some of your voice work? I think those samples you had were amazing. Ali BHG thinks Chris Farley could have been an actor if he had the chance. Well, he was an actor, but he only had that. His dial only went to 11, right? He was kind of like Ryan Reynolds. His dial only goes to like a snarky -4, but they're in that same kind of box. But hey, I love both of them. Sunrise from my balcony in the Canary District. That looks like it's facing southeast, right? Towards the Portlands. Am I right on that? Maybe I'm not right on that. I don't know. Action Cole is asking if there's an audible version. Is there an audible version of Medic's Mind? Maybe if there isn't, I'll make an audible version and I'll share it online for free. But that'll just send people running to the official version because no one's going to want to listen to me read a book. So it's actually brilliant marketing at Medic's Mind. Think about it. Although your publisher probably would have a problem with it. I love taking pictures of the CN Tower. The former English teacher in me wants to pull out my red pen and insert the word "the" there. That's tricky to get it parallel to these bars, but that's a cool picture. So that is looking west because we've got the Sky Dome. Well, you'd always have the sky, but that is looking east because the dome is in front of the tower. So I think that is from that City Place bridge designed by a Spanish architect. I can't remember his name. Cool. Ontario ICU update. 401 adults with COVID-related illness. You know, the big criticism on this now is they're reporting all the people hospitalized with COVID and all the people in ICUs with COVID. But they're not reporting if they are there because of COVID. Like, we're what, 2 years into this thing and they're not even reporting that? Like, a lot of people just incidentally have COVID. It's so contagious. And they're getting tested when they get admitted into the hospital. And then they're going into the stats as a COVID hospitalization. So we have no idea what the numbers really are. And there's, I don't know. We have, I think that's kind of by design. They don't want people to think, oh, it's not that bad. Oh, but we don't know. Anyways, we'll move on. But yeah, huge problem with the reporting. Lost dog, North York. Do not chase. Text a pic. Young and Empress. Oh, in Willowdale. That's heartbreaking to lose your dog. Sadia C. Yeah, I just found out from, I think, Susan or Ali BHG's chat, or message in the chat before this started. Kathleen says, happy birthday, Justin. Justin Trudeau? Chris Mills says, COVID is getting boring. Well, maybe COVID Hippo needs to change his name. That's the case. Metrolinx to cut Go service by 15% starting Monday. Metrolinx says rising levels of staff absenteeism due to the rapidly spreading Omicron COVID variant will force it. That sucks. But like Chris Mills said, COVID is getting boring. Yeah, hopefully that service comes back. I mean, you're on the sideline for 5 days if you get it. Like 99 out of 100 people are like good to go after 5 days. So hopefully that's a temporary thing. And I read that Florida is at like 80% of the population has been infected at some point. So they have like amazingly almost reached herd immunity just by being dumbasses. So congrats to Florida. I would, for the first time in my life, I'm envious of you. No offense to our viewers in Florida. I know there's a few. Man charged after pedestrian is killed in Scarborough hit and run. Oh, that's terrible. No ambulances available as of 6:30 p.m. this evening. What? 2.7 million people in the city. So many critical calls that have been happening, like shootings, critical car accidents, overdoses, and fires. And this city has 0 ambulances right now. This is what the people of Toronto should be worried about. Yikes. I hope that's not true, but that is effing brutal. Come on, Dougie. Invest in where it's needed. Drug and money laundering investigation operation Mad Money has links to the GTA. Don't know about that. Doesn't sound positive. We'll just keep moving on. Walk-ins vaccine clinic Elmbank Community Center. Okay, that's probably old news by now. In our house, we have 5 people and only 4 laptops. How parents are coping with another round of virtual school. I saw a funny meme that said, I saw it a few days ago, and it said 12 days till schools should reopen. And then it said steps Doug Ford has taken. And it was like a blank page because, yeah, they're doing absolutely nothing but watching numbers. Like, I know all of my friends are parents, and they are almost all of them. I have like 2 friends that aren't parents now. Isn't that weird when you're 41, how much the world changes? And they're all just effing livid with the situation and the amount of inconvenience and hardships they're experiencing. And these are people that usually it's the bottom of the totem pole getting shit on, but everybody across the board is getting shit on by that decision. So it is what it is. Toronto is getting a brand new ferry fleet serving the islands. That is awesome. Last I heard, they were going to be electric ferries. We have like, one of them is like 80 or 100 years old or something like that. I'm just reading some of your messages. This is fun, exciting news. Manufactured by Quebec-based Concept Naval Experts Maritimes Incorporated, the new vessels will offer a much cleaner, quieter ride than the current noisy diesel fleet, with increased passenger capacity for over 1.4 million who travel to and from the Toronto Islands each year. That is awesome. I'm going to have to get my ass on these ferries making some videos next year. I imagine RM Transit might be interested in that as well. So we currently have one 1910 built sidewheel steamer PS Trillium. One of two such vessels remaining on the Great Lakes appears to be spared from this fleet replacement, having most recently undergone a $450,000 restoration in 2017. Will more photo radar cameras cut Toronto pedestrian fatalities? A medic's mind. $10. I'm going to let our friend read the message, but thank you very much, A Medic's Mind. I have no idea how the timing works. Sometimes it reads it right away. Sometimes it's a bit delayed. Oh, that's the Richmond and Yonge accident.
It's true. 0 ambulances is tagged as code red. It's a problem that persists across Canada. You may see flex cars, ambers from other municipalities, taking calls in TO.
A Medic's Mind. Thank you very much for the $10. And I did not know that about the flex cars. So we might see a York Region or Peel ambulance helping out in Toronto. That's how it should be, right? It should be an all hands on deck kind of thing. And that's why first responders aren't just ambulances. They're also fire trucks. I mean, they're all first aid trained, right? And they have oxygen. The police as well are first responders. So, but obviously, if you need an ambulance, you need an ambulance. A fireman or a policeman's not going to do you much good there. But thanks for your insight and your support. A Medic's Mind. And yeah, Vision Zero my ass, Mr. Tory. Vision Zero my ass. But I never understood people who complain about things like photo radar or parking tickets. It's like you're crying about not having the ability to break the law freely without consequence. Like, what? Is it a cash grab? Okay, maybe. But don't speed and you won't have to pay it. Like, why is that hard? Why do you feel so entitled to endanger other people and break the law? Like, I was a regular driver for well over 10 years. I had one ticket. I wasn't stupid enough to ever go excessively over the speed limit. It's not that hard to do. So, yeah, stop complaining. If I have no problem if they want to put a speed camera on every block of every street. Who cares? Don't speed. It's that simple, especially in residential areas. Toronto restaurant. Oh my goodness. I heard about this. Every time I walk through Leslieville on a live stream, people always tell me about Reliable Fish and Chips. Mark says, reading the news, Johnny Speaks channel. We're going to leave it to a little bit of Sunday nights when I randomly look at Reddit, which I don't always do. Toronto restaurant that's been serving fish and chips since 1930 is permanently closing. And ironically, I think the name is Reliable Fish and Chips. And this place has undergone a number of ownership changes. There it is. And apparently, I didn't read about this on BlogTO. I had it through a link I saw on Instagram. But apparently, there's a new building owner, and they ended up leaving. Michael K. Yeah, that's to me reasonable. Toronto dive bar Sneaky D's has transformed into a coffee shop. What? Tex-Mex restaurant, live music venue, and all-time favorite dive bar Sneaky D's has a new look this weekend, with restaurants and bars forced to close for indoor dining and drinking across the province, and concerts no longer allowed. The college watering hole has found a new use for its space. Sneaky D's is now a coffee shop. That is very clever of them, because I don't think that's a place that's going to thrive on like takeout and delivery food. It's really more of an atmosphere kind of place. And unfortunately, much like Reliable Fish and Chips, their building is going to be redeveloped. This is actually the second home of Sneaky D's. So hopefully that place can find a new home, one that suits it well rather than shut down. But clever there. Yogi says, I just tired. Oh, she's talking to Estelle. Have you eaten on a patio, Johnny? Some of them are open this winter. Sanjay, yeah, I haven't yet done that, but I will, in fact, I will be definitely getting out there. Some of the patios I see are pretty suspect, though. They're basically indoors. Like, I point that out in one of my upcoming videos. Medic's Mind says, fun fact, when I worked on the ambulance, when we were responding to calls, lights and sirens, and we would hit a speed cam or red light, we made sure to smile and wave at the camera. Anyways, it'll be sad to see Reliable Fish and Chips go. Isolation center for unhoused people with COVID-19 nearly full as Omicron moves through shelters. If we're letting asymptomatic healthcare workers go to work in some parts of the world, why are we like mandatory isolating? I don't know. Anyways, I'll leave my 2 cents on the side. The H&V Toronto flagship store at 333 Yonge Street in 1991. So this was right when H&V was opening. Opening May 3rd. Wow, we remember this as like an iconic spot, but it wasn't really there that long, right? Like a little over 2 decades or so. It was right next to A&A Records and Sam the Record Man. Ryan rides easy on the flirting with Terratopia. This is your final warning. Just kidding. City to spray pesticides to stave off 2022 moth infestation. Okay. One thing you can do is you can go to new and you can see all the stuff that gets posted here. Foreign buyers own 1 in 10 recently built condos in Canada. It should be 0 in 10. Come on, homes are for Canadians to live in, not foreign people to invest in. 1 in 20 homes in total. Again, should be 0 in 20. Unless if you live here, if you're a resident here, sure, participate. But if you don't live here, get the F out of our real estate market, please. Chilly night from the entertainment district. Look at that. That's pretty awesome. I knew someone who lived in this building when I worked at a company in this building. We could see her condo, actually. I worked in one of these windows here, and she lived on the east facing side, so we could like literally see her when she was in her window on days when she worked from home. That was kind of funny. Okay, this is all the same stuff. What's going on with Ask TO? I don't really have a whole lot planned here. Bus etiquette for picking a vehicle. Why do so many people hate remote learning? It's hard to stay focused. No social interaction. I don't know. It's awkward. Where to find a retro gaming console emulator in Toronto? Just buy a Raspberry Pi. Done. Game, set, match. You can play whatever you want, pretty much. What is the protocol to follow if you've had a close exposure to someone with COVID? Do a rapid test? I don't know. Landlord can't kick me out for no reason. It depends. This is an interesting one. I moved out on my own in March and signed a lease. The lease was for a year and a half, and after that it's month to month. Is it a shared space or do you have your own space? That's the difference. I know after the year, if I want to leave, I have to give 60 days notice, but I thought the same rule applied to my landlord. I live in a condo in North York and got my place during the pandemic, so it was a really good price. Moving in, I thought the landlord would kick me out eventually and hike up the rent. They can't do that. But apparently they can't do that. Is that true? They can only kick me out if they or a family member is planning on moving in? Yes, that is true. It has to be a close relative and they need to serve you with the correct paperwork. Yes, never let a landlord just evict you. Make them get the necessary notice forms and call the landlord tenant bureau. There's so many illegal evictions happening and people just roll over and they don't know their rights. I would say, I wouldn't even talk to them. Just say, and the thing is, if someone's trying to kick you out, you don't have to tell the landlord. They have to get you the proper paperwork. Let them figure that out. Let them waste their time figuring that out and their resources. And call the police and let them know that you might have a trespassing landlord so you can get them charged for entering your property. I know some people that have been through that. Some landlords are great. They know the rules. They'll work with you. But some of them are dicks who don't know the rules. Like, if you're going to play the game, know the rules. There's also a lot of shitty tenants out there, too, who squat. And, yeah, it goes both ways. Dog. Okay, I think we're done with Reddit. Marcia says, we aren't allowed to have the students turn on their video when we do home learning. It's horrendous teaching to dots on a screen. Why? Is that for like privacy reasons because they're kids? That's obnoxiously absurd. If they're going, like, you're the teacher. I'm assuming the kids are like supervised by their parents or like an adult. What harm is going through that? So you're teaching to kids and you can't even see if they're paying attention? I would just opt out of teaching that as someone that had to teach kids. The number one rule of teaching kids is to make sure that they're paying attention to you, right? Yo, Johnny, are you mining helium? Helium, you get those special miners to mine helium, right? And then there's like a mesh network of helium miners. I know some people doing that, but if that's what I'm talking about. But no, I am not. I'm just slogging away making about $3 or $4 a day on a second computer through NiceHash. That is all. Oh, I haven't done my comments in a while on the Strides channel. It's been a few days, so I think we're gonna do that. Do you know user Right All the Time? They got banned a lot from our Toronto. No, I don't. Randy C has been banned from Ask TO. The mods on our Toronto, some of them are cool, but I don't know. I'm on good terms with that subreddit, so I'm not going to give my real opinions on it. Oh no. Okay, I'm going to unshare my screen for a second here. Unshare. Don't want to show something that I should not be showing. Hey, look at this. I got to fix my green screen settings a bit. That's not good. I got to dial that in a little better. Oopsie doopsie. You don't really notice it when there's more stuff on the back going on. Laziness on my part for not readjusting because the lighting's not the same this time as it usually is. Okay, I'm going to go through comments on the Johnny Strides channel. If they're interesting, we'll stop and read them. If they're not, we're just going to scroll through them. I've made the font jumbo. I'm not blind. It is there so you can read it. Maybe we'll get some jackassy comments. The real man is here. I've heard the East End has some pretty gritty neighborhoods, and the houses are quite interesting where you were walking. After looking up the neighborhood in Google Maps, I realized that the subway runs underneath those homes. Not necessarily. It's a cut and cover build, so I don't think any homes are built right over the subway, but I see what you're talking about. I could imagine the residents living on top of the subway having to deal with the shaky noises and rumbling away. Again, I think there's always like laneways and paths where the subway actually is. Because they didn't tunnel, they cut open and then they built in and then they closed it, which is actually a way cheaper, albeit better way of building a subway. One day I'm a party like this in Toronto. Hey, Johnny, thanks for taking a walk in my neck of the woods. As depressing as it may be right now, we have very similar views on what's going on in the city, and I wish I could leave, to be honest. Look forward to... Well, if I feel the same as you, I wish I wouldn't leave. I'm not going to turn my back on the city because I disagree with what's happening. Looking forward to your walk in High Park. It is my only place of solace these days. Thanks for leaving a comment. No better dopamine hit than being surprised in a dark park by your neighbor. What a beautiful, clean city. If that were... Yeah. Okay, we're just going to skip that comment. I've seen YouTube videos, so I kind of know what he's talking about. 1140, damn bad day. I'm not going to look that up. It's so sad. Everyone is frightened. It is. Great walk. Happy New Year. Thank you. On Square One Mall. I've only been there once. I should return. All right, Judith. You should. TM. I think TM's in the chat. If you do this route again, and provided it's open, can you check out the Firkin on Bloor? I'm seeing photos online of a silly walk with some of the Monty Python's fans would appreciate. I don't normally go through bars, but I can certainly stop and point the camera in it a little longer. Thank you, the walking girl. There's a lazy ass comment. I just hit the thing. Jeremy says, I've never been to Toronto, but oh my God, I would say through your camera, the city looks not really adorable. Hope you guys won't mind I said so. However, I guess it would be way much better in a sunny summer day. Brutal honesty from Jeremy. Thanks for being honest. I don't take any offense to that. And we were actually talking about how in the winter, the city of Toronto doesn't have the best color palette. It's kind of blah. You have all the trees are bare. You get gray skies, a lot of gray concrete, gray sidewalks, asphalt, brown, gray buildings. It's kind of, I see what you're saying. I get what you're saying. And I don't actually totally disagree with you. Just a little bit disagree. It looks so lonely and desolate. There is no energy. It was also a Friday morning through a mostly residential neighborhood. Were you expecting a party? Like, I don't know. From across the pond, I just love Toronto. Always admire how litter-free your remarkable city is. It's quite clean indeed. We'll leave a lame comment there. Yes, the 7-Eleven is gone on Yonge Street, just north of Dundas. Also, I noticed the Good Life at Yonge Dundas is gone. I like going to the Y in Grosvenor better anyways. Notice the correct pronunciation of Grosvenor. But Johnny, we must have walked past each other thousands of times because this is the route I walked every day for years and years. You lived on Dundas and George. Everywhere with two spaces is like a ghost town, like the movies we watched many years ago. I can't actually disagree with you. Nice video, Johnny from Chile, East End, Toronto, Plater Estates, and Danforth Walk. Harjot, thank you. Emily says, yeah, Ian was an awesome person in the disabled community. I knew him well. I'm going to miss him. But as he often said, I should do it too, roll around Toronto in the power of my wheelchair. He was a pioneer in our community. He really was, and I know you're in here, and I look forward to seeing your vids. Trolling me? No. Actually, no. That's the wrong web browser to be doing that type of thing. I know I spelled that wrong. 15 most difficult words to pronounce in Toronto. Update 2021. Toronto is on here. Queen's Quay. Bloor. A lot of people will say Bloor. Strawn. Looks like Strachan. Wellesley. Wellesley? Who's having trouble with Wellesley? The Martells. Hello. Young. Euclid. I did not know that. Moving over to the West End, Jeffrey is another residential street name that is pronounced differently than that spelled. Jeffrey is not pronounced with a G-O like Jeff, nor the G like George. Instead, Jeffrey is pronounced with the beginning Je, like Jeffrey. That's not too different. DuPont, Tecumseth. Isn't it Tecumseh? Yeah, I actually said Tecumseth in a recent video, and I knew that was wrong. I knew it was Tecumseh, and I still did it anyway. Grosvenor, tucked away beside the University of Toronto, Grosvenor is home to Women's College Hospital. And if you're going there, be careful if you need to ask for directions, because the correct pronunciation is not Grosvenor or Grosvenor. The correct pronunciation is Grosvenor. There we go. Grosvenor. Let's say it 3 more times just to ensure that we're not trolling. Grosvenor. Roncesvalles. Or Roncesvalles. You could say it one, you could say it the other. It doesn't really matter. Even the local residents don't know how to say it. A lot of people say Eglinton. It's actually Eglinton. Just say it the way it's spelled and you'll be fine. There's no magic G in here. I know what they're getting at with that. But yeah, Grosvenor. There we go. Not trolling. It's just the correct way to say it. Okay, how do I get back to my comments? Yoink. Another enjoyable stroll. They play games with our lives. Oh, you're talking about, yeah. I worked there in 1973 before it was opened. Remembered working at Wilco, putting prices on items for the opening. Awesome. The man was preaching. He wasn't preventing anyone from enjoying their night. At the volume was preaching, he sure was. I have nothing against expressing yourself on the street, but if you're going to have like a megaphone and a friggin' speaker and you're going to do it at a volume at 10,000%, then F you, you are disturbing the peace. And I made a comment about this guy who stands at Yonge and Dundas and preaches. His right, cool. All the more power to you. But he does it so loud that you can hear him like blocks and blocks away. Like, it's genuinely irritating. So that was the point I was making. And all these people came to defend him. It's like, I think I know why you're defending him, because that is also your viewpoint. Like, I don't care what your viewpoint is. I don't care if it's something I agree with. If someone was preaching that Doug Ford is an asshole who needs to be banished to a remote island, never to be seen again, as much as I agreed with it, if they were doing it at the top of their lungs on a street corner, I would think they're being a nuisance, right? It's not about the message. It's just about annoying the hell out of everybody. There you go, Milton Henry. Thumb down to you. Like, there's a lot of people out there. And the other thing is, he was also overpowering other preachers who were next to him. So it's almost like a game of one-upsmanship they play at Yonge and Dundas, where you have different religious sects, every right to be there, every right to spread their word. But this one individual tries to speak over them. So it's kind of, it's definitely annoying. Hi, Johnny. How are you enjoying this tour? Greetings to you. And Ken, I'm watching too. Ali from Iraq. Hello. Ken Continuum says, apparently my gimbal and my phone are bigger than my head. That was on Friday night. And Ken had his like hoodie on and it was like squeezing his head, which is actually probably, or his hood on, is actually probably the best way to wear it. Aniko Antal, it's a good time for getting some fresh air. Hey, that's about all it's a good time for, right? Beautiful old stately homes. Yeah, it's a bit of a pissing contest, Bevy. Georgian Second Empire. Georgian, the first post office of the city of Toronto, the fourth post office of the city of York. I know what you're talking about when I went by the first post office in Canada, according to my sources. Lisa says, funny, I saw someone wearing their hood like that. It looks good, because when you wear your hood tight, that air doesn't get in, right? And you don't end up as cold. We're only on 10 hours ago. Oh, I haven't done comments in days. Okay, we're gonna motor through this. I don't know. Should I really be saving my work for live stream with you guys? Good morning, John. Really enjoying your videos of TL. Wondering if you might consider a walking tour of U of T. I have an alum living in the U.S. who has not been back. Hey, John. I've done that many times. Sorry, guys. You did not lose your sound. I accidentally, somehow, magically muted the mic. Oops. We're back. Good thing I keep my eye on the chat so you guys can tell me when I get muted. Let's see here. 20%, 22% say rain vids, 39% say night vids, 19% say transit vids, 20% say summer vids. Mark, perhaps the OG supporter of this channel. Thank you, Mark, for that idea. Night videos. I'm going to write that on the whiteboard so I don't forget. I tend to forget these things. There we go. Now I will still probably forget. Thank you for letting me know, everyone, that I accidentally muted the mic. Hello, Falcom Scott. Falcom not in the chat. See, I can't do this every time. Yeah, I spelled smash wrong. The good thing is Google will. You want to know with me, my reserve military Brazilian. Maybe that was actually Portuguese. No, it looks okay. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just going to leave that. I know that's a harmless comment, but do a walking video around Humber Bay Park. Okay, Mark says, love your night videos. Tara says, yes, I'm not the only user of a whiteboard. I just got new markers for 2022. You know, I always used to just leave files on my desktop. I would leave like a note, like use Notepad and leave a note, and I would put like the title in all capitals, and I'd put it right on my desktop so the next time I turn on my computer I would see it. And just subconsciously I just ignored it or deleted this stuff, and I had no way of, like, I would just carelessly ignore every type of note or reminder. I would tell Alexa to remind me stuff. The whiteboard is the only damn thing that works. The only thing that I pay attention to. Sometimes I send myself emails, and I'm so bad at going through my emails, I never read or check them. Like, I'll leave a list. Sometimes, like, let's say I cough during a video. I might text myself or send myself an email like, hey, around 12 minutes into this video, you better remove that cough because no one wants to hear that. And then like 2 weeks later, I'll see, oh, I didn't remove that cough in that video because I'm just seeing the email now. Like, yeah, so use the whiteboard. Unfortunately, there's no whiteboard for that situation, which reminds me, I did clear my throat walking on my second video today, and I've got to remove that from the sound. Things no one wants to hear. Especially when you have people listening through like earphones. No one wants to hear you like doing that kind of thing. Boy D Explorer. Boyd Explorer? Boy D Explorer? What's going on here? What's that all about? Makati City. San Antonio, Makati. Makati is in Manila. All right. Can you do York University next? Maybe. Hello, could you inform me how much rent a 2-room apartment average? Is that a good response? Thank you, NB. Franklin Mars says, I enjoyed watching this fun-filled freezing cold live stream that I sadly missed when you started direct from Young and Queen through a reason, then up Young and Bluer. It's always so good when you bumped into Ken Continuum, your brother from another mama. From another mama. I think you said you would not. I don't get it. We have a Korean. To. Oh man, my Korean is bad. Budong-san Tomgu Senghal Precon Advisor. Dear Johnny, I love your videos and I'm one of your subscribers. Can I use this video as part of my real estate videos? I just need 15 seconds. I'll give credit to you. If it's just 15 seconds, go ahead. Cheers. Hopefully I don't accidentally copyright strike this person when they use my videos. Man, we're gonna... By the way, did you get the Moderna? I don't want to get into these things here. Franklin, I have read your comments. They're excellent. So we're going to move through. How to kill a city. Tourism is dead in this city. Disheartening to see such huge crowds, mostly maskless, Omicron spreading like wildfire and cases shooting up after things like this. I know we all want normal life back, but this is why it may never be possible. Please. Are you not aware that in like the States, sporting venues are packed with people? Eye roll. Let people have some fun for once. Thank you, Franklin. Regarding the cool title for this video, and particularly how people tell me that Canada is cold in the winter. Honestly, the cold doesn't bother me. I don't wear lots of layers of clothing. I wear a respectful and decent blouse with non-transparent but thin fabric with long sleeves, which I could wear in the summer. Whoa, this is a lot of TMI. Ankle socks, ankle boots, my beloved respectful and decent pants, a warm coat, a scarf, and a hat. Off I go. Also, these face masks are super handy because it protects my face and facial skin from the cold. It also helps keep that runny nose in check. Okay, this is a long message. I'm just going to like that and move on. That is really neat, William Johnston. He's talking about an old bookstore that used to be there. Yeah, you can tell I'm running out of gas from doing these comments. I hope you can post the new footage to your other channel like you did with yours last year. I love the TTC footage. Alex, I got some more TTC footage today, actually. There's a video about CJ Hoyle. World Walks. I'm always skeptical when I see another walking channel because a lot of them just kind of spam the same comments to your channel over and over and over again, trying to fish viewers from your viewer pool. I'm on to you, World Walks. God, this place looks so much better than Vancouver, so much more vibrant, lively. We're talking about Ottawa here. People than that drug-infested crap hole with depressed-looking people. I'm not going to comment on that. Honestly, yeah. Okay, we're just going to move on. Not that I disagree with you. I actually see more of the city in your videos than what I see when I walk the streets. You're welcome. All right, you are watching me whip through my comments now because I don't know if you're done with them, but I'm kind of done with them. I just want to get them over with. Hey, Johnny, I got my booster yesterday as well. My arm started to get sore soon after. It was pretty hard to sleep on it, and I'm feeling kind of worn down. I guess that's the side effect of these shots. Yeah, a lot. That sounds very, very typical of what a lot of people felt. If that 7-Eleven couldn't manage to stay open, how long before everything else closes? You know, with commercial, it's not the same as residential. They don't have any type of laws to protect them. So the building owner just could have been like 200% increase on rent this year. And then 7-Eleven was like, no. So the building owner's playing a game where they're gambling that they will get a tenant to bite and will gladly see 7-Eleven leave. So I don't think it's a matter of if they couldn't manage to stay open. There's plenty of businesses moving into that stretch of Yonge Street. So I don't actually know the whole story there. Wow, I saw people sitting down. Amazing, because they've taken all of the benches out of the malls. Like, what the hell? There's people, not everybody is like me who takes 50 million steps a day and is a freak and likes standing and walking. Like, put the benches back in the malls. Let people sit. Good. I'm trying to shoot similar videos in Russia. You should do a video on what you wear. I mean, I often talk about what I'm wearing in these cold videos. I had this idea that I would get through these here. Zanzibar was giving free lap dancers for booster shots. I don't know if I can like that comment. It's not true. Where's all the women? What kind of question is that, Gary? If you watched the video, it was... I didn't notice a gender imbalance. It looks cold being from California. Whenever it gets into the 50s, I'm freezing. Thanks for the walk. There's our friend World Walks again. Are you seeing many tents downtown Toronto? I'm not going to touch that because it would just be anecdotal anyways. Can you tell me what camera equipment you use? It's in the description. Cheers. Anusu says, hey, Johnny, any chance you can share your PC components? There you go. I have currently using a Ryzen 5700G. That's an 8-core. Performance-wise, it's a step down from the 5800X, but I'm going to be upgrading to a 5800X, and then this is going to move into the machine with the 2700, and the 2700 I'm going to sell. 32 gigs of DDR4 XMP-enabled fast RAM, NVMe drive, SSD. Oh, there's the SSD. There's the big hard drive, a USB hard drive, my Ethernet, and my RTX card, which will remain a mystery, but it's a 2000 series RTX. I don't want people hounding me for my card. So depressing, ugly city. Okay. Topping up the antibodies with the booster, because we all know that's how vaccines are supposed to work. Okay, I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. Thank you, Grace. Very nice comment. Is marijuana legal there? Yes, thank you for answering, Kevin. I like it when other people answer questions. Always fun to see you two meet. Nice cold walk. Look at all the muzzled, complacent fools. This mall is useless. I remember. You're just beaming with positivity, aren't you? No comment. Nice walk. Top quality video. Stay warm. We got some winners in the comments, eh? Some super duper intelligent folks. Good afternoon, my friend. Happy Saturday. Most of you really are. Nish says, last time I was at Nathan Phillips Square, I got COVID a few days later. Social distancing needs to be actively practiced even in outdoor activities. Probably true. But it's also probably true that we're all going to get it sooner or later. It's super contagious. There's almost nothing you can do to prevent it if it's close proximity to you. So I kind of see it as a good thing that you got it. It's just my take on it. Like, we've got to get to the point where almost all of us have had it before we can actually move on. Maybe that's a radical opinion. I don't know. I kind of like, I'm waiting to get it. Like, I'm always on the subway. I've burned through like 8 rapid tests. I had 5 test kits and I've used like 8 of them and I keep getting negatives. Like, yeah, if I do get positive, that means I'm going to be sitting here streaming from home for 5 days. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, when the hell am I going to get this thing? Like, everyone's getting it. Let me also, I think you also get like a travel exemption if you get a PCR test proving that you've had it. You don't need the PCR test to come back. I don't know. Scotia Plaza, I worked there from 2004 to 2009. I remember when there was nothing across from it where the PwC tower is. I'm getting old. I remember those days. Second world country. Beautiful. Wow, what difference of opinions. We're making up words here. Clayton Crawford. Dear Mr. Johnny Strides, a live stream, a live scream, a live dream. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Johnny is Toronto's vlogger, not a blogger. A fun place to be, fun stuff to see. A building here, a building there. A skyscraper grows taller and taller. I'm getting balder and balder, but hey, we're all gathered here in this live stream to watch our hero, Johnny. I ain't nobody's hero. All right, the gimbal I am using just gave up the ghost. Let me fire the gimbal back up. No, I am not leaning. That is I've got... Hey, you just saw my whiteboard for a second. I didn't know the battery on this thing sucks. A company sent me this thing to use and make a video for them, and I never did it. And eventually they stopped harassing me. And now I just use it as a gimbal for holding my iPhone while I do these live streams. Uh-oh. It looks like the camera is not quite... There's a hole in the browser. Is that going to fix it? No. The gimbal is not in the same position it used to be. Good enough. Good enough. Thank you, Clayton. Hi, please reply. Do you use single point autofocus or continuous autofocus? I sometimes read the comments in the way that people, I think that they are expressing them. Continuous. One word with a period. It's not a sentence. I enjoyed this journey. Awesome video as always. I like Toronto. Thumbs up and hope to visit one day soon. Don't like the caps, but like the sentiment. Thank you. Nice shot of the Toronto skyline. Indeed. I have. Chris says RX 80 580 8G. My other computer is an RX 570 8G. This one is an RTX. This is where I went to get my booster dose a couple of days ago before you filmed this. I took the 88 bus from St. Clair Station to get there. Holy crap. Oh, that's not that far. I was thinking St. Clair West Station. It was busy and ran efficiently while I was there, but there was no line outside like that. It was all inside. Maybe I was there at a less busy time. Well, Jason, you won the lottery because Leaside or Thorncliffe Park was a shit show when I went there. How many... Okay, just F off. It's not often I actually remove a comment, but you can go fuck yourself. Pardon my French. I do like that calm person piece of art about 9 minutes in, but don't subscribe to the chosen position of it. Yuck. Hey, I wonder what our local art critics think of the giant head on Adelaide Street. I've checked out my editing video streams. I got to remove that. I got to remove that shortcut that mutes the mic. Sorry, guys. I put in. I don't know what's triggering it either, but I put in a macro key function so I can unmute and mute my mic. Don't worry, I just said something so controversial I would get removed from the internet and I would lose my channel, so it's a good thing that you didn't hear me right there. I read that. The first 3 shots didn't work, so we'll mandate a 4th coming in spring or summer 2022. Brilliant, says Beverly. My thinking is this. I'm already protected against hospitalization. There's countries out there where like 10% of their population has their first shot. Don't give me a booster. I don't need it. Give that shot to someone in a country who does need it and wants it. I think it's a little bit of first world selfishness. We do have vulnerable people in our population that do benefit from the booster shots. Give it to them. But I feel almost guilty getting a 3rd shot, knowing there's people around the world who are a lot more screwed than us, who can't even get their first. Little entitlement I think we have. I thought Trudeau was, I don't know. Maybe I should not rant about this. Just my humble opinion. All my years of working downtown, I never walked west on Adelaide. I've driven through it a number of times from Spadina and occasionally from Bathurst, but never on foot. I need to change that one day. All right, headless chicken. Bleak, cold, no future. Good morning, Johnny Strides. We are sitting here watching yet another great video. Is the observation deck in the TD building still open? I actually don't know about that. You asked me a question. I'm too lazy to answer it. Will there be border restrictions coming soon? I hope not. Need to go to Toronto soon. Don't know. Hope not either. All right. All right. I'm just going to whip through and get through these. You really need to stop reminding us of the lockdown and how much you hate it. We all know it's happening and how frustrating everybody is. I see this channel as an escape, not a reminder of what every single social media. Unfortunately, I don't tailor my videos to what you see this channel as. Unfortunately, okay, I'm going to have to keep my eye on this mute. You know what? Let me fix that. Anyways, I was talking about my smartass reply to this person. You can read that on the screen. You can read that. I'm going to take this macro off here. Hotkeys. Where's my mute hotkey? I'm going to remove it. We're going to kill it. We're going to kill it. Delete, delete. There we go. I have deleted my mute, unmute hotkeys. So this should not happen again. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. But sorry, Metrophobia. I was just saying my videos are based on reality. I'm out in a city where the streets are half empty and restaurants are hanging on for dear life and gyms are closed and nothing makes sense. And you want me to like not talk about the elephant in the room? Watch some older videos then? I don't know. I also tend to get tired of that topic and I've already kind of moved on and my newer videos are not it was like the thing to talk about for the last few days, right? Sorry. But yeah, I mean, moving forward, it's not going to be so much about that. Same as earlier in the pandemic. Ooh, Nightbot's coming for you. Good job, Nightbot. Good job. So you missed my original rant against the snarky comment. Clayton, I read that. Hey, Johnny, a bit depressing to be in lockdown again, but I'm going to walk every day just to get air and not be pulled into the vortex of my computer and never-ending Zoom meetings. God bless, Mark. Great attitude, Mark. Great attitude. There is no snow in Toronto. Apparently not. The third booster was a tough one for me as well. Sore arm, yeah. I'm just trying to get through these comments now. Let's just make sure there's nothing that slipped through the filters here. If you take less what? Vitamins? He means if you talk less, you will get less subscribers. I don't care. It's not about increasing subscribers. By the way, my channel was very small, and then I started talking, and then it got a lot bigger. So I'm going to take advice from random Ed Blair on YouTube comments. And honestly, when you guys leave me feedback, I read it, and I take it to heart. And I've made a lot of changes based on feedback. And then I just read some of it, and you roll your eyes and go, whatever. Yeah, sorry guys, we're just gonna not heart and like the comments. I'm reading them quickly here. Truth be told, I've actually read all these on my phone at some point. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, we're good. We're good. I saw a Falcom Devers. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Mark says, don't stop talking. Love your commentary. Hey, it's my channel. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. I try to be, I'm just myself. I'm not I don't know. If you want, what I should have said was if you like videos where people don't talk, go watch Jerome Forestwood. He does excellent silent walking videos, right? What time is it? How long have we been doing this? It is 9:30. We're an hour and a half in. So let's play a little bit of City Guesser, and then we'll call it quits. I kind of felt like I tired this game out a little bit. I played it for a few weeks in a row, but I did spend all of 30 minutes looking up games I could play with you guys, so I don't want to waste that 30 minutes I spent about a month ago. So where should we play? Worldwide, USA, Europe? I'm hoping we don't get reruns of places. I feel like we might have already worn this entire game out because we've already done most of them. There's not much left in terms of what has appeal, right? Beijing. You'd have to really know Beijing. We killed Toronto. Lisa says you played it. Hey, I used your inputs. Nighttime. Normal game mode limited to nighttime. Let's do that. Since Mark chose nighttime for the playlist, let's do some nighttime bids. Play map. Play map. Yoo-hoo! It's not working. How about GeoGuessr? I like the one with the videos. Is this the one with the videos? I think it is, right? Yeah. This looks familiar. But it's not working. Major Cities is working. Why is Major Cities working, but nighttime is not working? I'm going to try this in a different browser. Let me try this in another web browser. Yeah, nighttime is broken. Yeah, he says Dubai. I think we need something more. Worldwide game mode limited to cities by an ocean. Major cities, collection of cities with more than a population. Have we done that? Okay, let's just do this. Can you get a shout out to Taiwan? Shout out to Taiwan. Let's just see. Have we done this? Does this look familiar? Have we done this before? Where are we? I don't remember seeing this. This looks like something I would have remembered if we saw it. Where are we, folks? How do I pronounce Uranus, Justin? I had a science teacher in grade 7, Mr. Rochford, who was very insistent that we called it Uranus. This is France, says Anisu. Paris? What's another big city in France? Lyon. Let's say Lyon. Serbia. That was Serbia. So this YouTuber privated their video, so it couldn't play their video. Did you think this guy thought we were going to be watching him here? Colette says Italy. Where are we? Kathleen says, this looks like Middle East somewhere. There's a double-decker bus. This person is walking way too slow for this New Yorker. So what this does is it takes a video and then someone's YouTube video and then it super crops it. So we're only seeing a part of the screen. Sedina says looks kind of like Vienna. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna have to guess here. I'm gonna go Lebanon. Let's go Jerusalem. That's a sexy, exciting guess. Armenia. I saw some characters that looked kind of Middle Eastern. Ooh. We've got a streetcar. This is Europe for sure. Cars driving on the left. This looks like the UK. Plain English? This looks very UK-ish. Zach McNally says London. Mark H says Wales. Could this be Cardiff? We have Wales. We have London. SR Gott says Melbourne. Justin says Sydney or Melbourne. Mark says Melbourne. You know what? If Mark says Melbourne, it's got to be Melbourne. We getting right up in here. Holy shit! Look how close I was! I zoomed in on Melbourne, and I got us like a block and a half away. Do I get a beer for that? Thank you, Mark, for the tip. When you confidently said Melbourne, I saw that it was confident. Oh, I don't think that was India. La Maison. I'm seeing French. Ravel Koss got it. Where are we? Everyone's saying Switzerland. We saw this last week. Oh, we have a rerun. The other ones weren't reruns, which gives me some hope. No. Zurich. It's Vienna. This one looks... Britain goes cross country. Britain goes cross country. Oh, look at that. I can cheat. I found out a cheat code. You're supposed to be watching like this because it's trying to zoom in. But if I put my mouse at the top there... This isn't how the game is supposed to be run. So... if you want to cheat, hit F11 to go full screen. Use Firefox, and then put your mouse on the top taskbar. And then it can't do that zoom in thing. Awesome cheat code. But if I pull my mouse down, it's going to zoom in. Birmingham, not London. Rotterdam. Could we be in Rotterdam? There's a Burger King straight ahead. So we're in the Netherlands for sure. There's no way we're not in the Netherlands. But that could have been a tram to Rotterdam. Alex says, looks like Russia. Linban? Not just bikes would get this one correct. Not as close as what I was in Melbourne. Let's cheat and go full view. Turkey! We're in Istanbul. There's a Turkish flag. I'm going Istanbul right away. Fortunately, we've only had one rerun that I can remember. Maybe it's not Istanbul, but that wasn't very difficult. 50% of the people say yes, I should go live on Twitch. All right, I might do that after a short break after this one. I am on Twitch under the same handle. Let's just cheat and go full view. On the left looks like some kind of stadium? No? Cars are driving on the right. Main entrance. This must be... Thank you, Ali BHG. Penn Museum. Penn Museum. Where's Penn Museum? Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This is not in Philadelphia. Good night, Vivian Johnson. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Philadelphia. There's got to be more than one Penn Museum. Could this be Philadelphia? Could this... Okay, we're going to go with Philly. I'm going to go with Philly, even though this looks very Europe to me. Hey, I googled it. Philadelphia is kind of old. It's definitely looking old. The Devil's Pocket. Is that somewhere I want to be? I know there's a street in Philadelphia called Kensington. You do not want to go on that street. And we'll just cheat. Some old European charm. It looks like cars drive on the right. This has an Eastern European feel to it. Not European plates on the cars, says Mike T. That was a good observation for that one in Philly. These are definitely Euro plates. I don't know what that language is. I don't see any flags. Man, I've nursed this beer for a long time. Hello, Norbert. Kiev. Where is Kiev? Is Kiev in Poland? You have Spain. A lot of people have been saying Spain, but I think it's more Eastern European. Is that Kiev? It was Madrid. SR Gotts is correct. It was Madrid. I was way the F off. Maybe that's time to retire. All right, we'll do just a couple more. We'll do a couple more, and then we're going to call it a night because I'm going to play some video games after this. This looks like the US. Not really. Miami? On a cold day? West Coast? No. There's some French. What kind of nightmarish path is that? It's just like one of those shared recreational trails, which never should be a thing. Miami vibes here or Venice Beach, says Sadia. Santa Monica. Yeah, I don't think it's the US. I saw French. W. I wonder... W building beach. Will this get me anything? No. I tried to cheat. I'm going with breast. We're going with Brest in France. Barcelona! I was way off. Okay, last one. Last one, then we're going to call it a night. This is it, folks. Let's cheat. Cafe Wa Players Theater. Theater, R-E. We are not in the U.S. We are not in the U.S. Land of Buddha. Authentic Belgian fries. That could be anywhere. If you were in Belgium, why would they say authentic Belgian fries? That doesn't make sense. This looks like New York. This is New York City. There's no way this isn't New York City. There's a 0% chance this is not New York City. Where, though? Are we in Brooklyn? No, I think we're on Manhattan somewhere. We're probably somewhere... Greenwich Village-ish? I'm going to say Greenwich Village. It's got that kind of feel to it. Oh! Oh my. And where I dropped this, that's hilarious. No wonder this was in my memory. I went to the Comedy Cellar when I went to New York City. So, yeah, that all makes a lot of sense. Yoink. Let's get a little big and scary, but that is going to do it for this week's Sunday Night Stumble. Sorry the audio cut out a few times. I have fixed that issue so it won't happen again. I can just no longer press a button on my keyboard to mute and unmute the audio. We'll figure out a new solution. Maybe I'll actually get the Stream Deck. I don't know, but thank you to everyone who super chatted. Congrats to Teratopia for launching your new channel. Congrats to Emily, or look forward to you launching your channel. And a Medic's Mind, thank you for your supers, and huge congrats for your new book. Don't forget to check it out, everyone. I have merch, strideswag.com. I have channel memberships. I don't normally pimp my stuff, but here we go. YouTube channel membership, Patreon membership, not on this channel, on the other channel. Also, if you want to hang out and chat, there is a 24/7 live stream. I wasn't in it so much the last few days, but I will be on and off during the week on this channel. And by some point, hopefully by this time tomorrow, I will have changed it all over to night walks. So that is something to look forward to. So thank you guys. I'll change my shirt, have myself another drink ready, and keep live streaming on Twitch. But that's going to be, I'm just going to be playing games and hanging out for a little bit. So first I'm going to make sure that I didn't get banned or anything on Twitch because I'm kind of a dick, but just kidding. But maybe not. But thank you guys. I'll try to stream tomorrow or Tuesday on Strides. I should have a video tomorrow morning. Hopefully we don't have any issues with the premiere. But let me get the nuke button. But thanks for hanging out. Head over to Johnny Strides on Twitch if you want to continue the party. And stay safe, stay warm, and I will catch you on the next one. It makes me confirm that I'm ending the stream, so it ends really lame. Party And stay safe, stay warm, and I will catch you on the next one. It makes me confirm that I'm ending the stream, so it ends really late. It says I'm still on. Isn't that funny? Apparently, I am still on. This is creepy. Good thing I didn't do anything embarrassing. But I mean it. I'm really going to end the stream now. Oh, I ended the wrong stream. I ended my 24/7 Nightwalk stream. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's what I did. I ended the wrong stream. I thought I ended the stream. There's a classic Johnny Stumbles moment for you. I've got to restart that stream, and I'm going to end the stream.